How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal, and today I'll be showing you different ways that you can flash an ESP32. Different types of ESP32, ESP32S3, ESP32 ESP32C5, ESP32C3, C6. Don't matter which ESP you got, you're here at the right place. So many people ask how they could flash custom firmware like Halehound, or USB Army Knife, or Ghost ESP, or any custom firmware. Don't matter. Bruce, you name it. Pork chop, you can flash any custom firmware with these sites that I'm about to show you today. No matter what the project is, if you got the partitions file, if you got the bootloader, if you got the file itself, I'm going to show you these websites that can help you in flashing any project. It don't matter what it is. You might be asking yourself, how do I get this done? How do I flash Halehound on a CYD? How do I flash just a regular anything? You got different options. Now, if you are familiar with just putting a launcher on a device and then taking the bin file, saving it to an SD, and then loading that bin file from the SD card, then more power to you. You're still at the right place, because I'm going to show you some awesome websites within the community in particular. And when I mean the community, I'm talking about specifically the ethical hacking penetration testing community that produces such cool stuff. We're like the coolest, man. We have the best stuff. We got the best devs. We are #1, my guy, and I'm gonna show you why. Just keep in mind, this video is for educational purposes only. Remember to only test your own hardware. Do not test networks or devices that you do not have explicit permission to test on. Don't be a skid. Also, follow the laws of your region. Be respectful. We can't have nice things if you don't do nice things, man. And if you do bad things happen. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now, the first custom firmware that we're going to go over is called the ESPWebTool by Spacehuhn. Spacehuhn is, man, he has spearheaded so much that you know and love. Like, without Spacehuhn, we wouldn't have some of the features that on a lot of the custom firmware that we know and love today, especially on certain devices. You can trace Spacehuhn's work to being the source of some of the coolest projects in the community. And I'm not just saying that. That's 100% a fact. I've asked devs, a lot of devs, without saying too many names, and they've literally attributed his work to being the reason why they even stepped into the light. Spacehuhn is an amazing developer and an amazing human being, man. You have his D-author, which is what was revolutionary, and it still is in this day when it comes to the ESP8266 and the ESP32. He now has his newer D-author type of device, and the web tool that he's developed for any ESP32 project is amazing, because you can just flash it straight from the web tool. You might have seen the web tool on this channel numerous times, depending on which project. We've gone over a lot of different projects here, but I'm going to show you the ESP web tool and how you can use it. All right, so we're going to go to ESPTOOL.spacehuhn.com, and literally this is the ESP web tool. We've got a terminal down here where we can select, and it'll put out our serial terminal if we want to kind of just navigate or just kind of monitor what's going on in our device. We're going to go back. This is the ESP web tool. We press connect. We have nothing plugged in at the moment. In my hands is a Banana Pi Leaf S3. I'm going to hold down the boot button, plug in my device, and it'll come up as USB JTAG serial debug unit. Make sure you're selecting the right COM port. Also, this will not pop up unless you go to the Silly Labs website and download the ESP32 drivers, which are the CP210X Universal Windows drivers or Mac drivers. Just make sure you have the right, drivers selected. Back here, we go to connect, select our device. It'll auto-detect which microcontroller that we have plugged in. In this case, it's an ESP32S3. There's our MAC address, and our flash size is right down here, which is 8 megabytes of flash memory. Now, these are where you put your values, and depending on the project, in this case, I'm just selecting a random project, and this is, I believe, this is the OUI Spy by Colonel Panic, which is a counter surveillance tool. And in the README, it'll tell you what you put, what, when, where, and why. So you would take this right here, and it says the bootloader. So we're going to select the bootloader first, which should be in the front right about here. The bootloader firmware. There we go. Bootloader. And then it says the bootloader is 4 zeros. So we're gonna go 0, 0, 0, which nothing is being selected. I wonder why. 0, oh, there we go. Numlock 0, 0, 0. And then it says partition table, so we're gonna select partitions. Partitions right there. And then it tells us for our partitions 8,000, so that's correct. And then it says our boot app file, which is EOOO, which is right there anyway. So we can go to boot app right there, EOOO, we're in the right space. Last, we need our actual firmware. Our firmware should be 10,000, which it already is. And we go here, and we select OUI SPI Unified Blue. Now from here we hit program and we're good to go. This is just one of the many examples of like kind of how you flash your ESP, and this tool is just so amazing, man. Now keep in mind, I tried flashing an ESP32C5 last time and it was having some issues. Newer microcontrollers like the C5 I believe will be updated by the time this video is out and about. But for ESP32S3s and things of that sort, the ESPWebTool is amazing. The ESPWebTool is an essential part of the community, and so many people all across the world for so many different projects use the ESPWebTool in particular because, well, it's easy, but it actually gets way easier. There's another developer that some of you might know by the name of Deki. Deki is one of the main devs for the Ghost ESP firmware. Deki is such an amazing developer, and he honestly has put in so much time and effort to making some really cool stuff for the world, not just for the community. And he's made something called Espresso Flash. Espresso Flash is what we're going to be going over next. And remember, if you want to support any one of these developers, there are the support links on the bottom of the website, as well as down below in the description or on the front page of my channel. These developers put out such amazing stuff each and every day that help contribute to inspiring so many people and helping so many makers, tech enthusiasts, students, and educators all across the world. And man, I can't help but respect and admire that, because if it wasn't for tools like this by amazing devs who take the time out of their day to make things that not only they need, but other people need as well, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be making this video. So kudos to them. Let me show you the Espresso Flash. This is EspressoFlash.com. Once again, I'll link it down below in the description, like every other website that we'll be showing in this video. Espresso Flash is amazing, and you can tell Deki and the guys worked so hard on this because it is literally tailored to our community, as well as being an amazing resource for other projects as well. We have our same terminal, our serial terminal down here, our output logs. I've plugged in the same Banana Pi Leaf S3. We're gonna go to ESP32S3 and then we're gonna hit continue. Connect device. Now you see this right here. Let's unplug our device. And we have another ESP device plugged in. So we don't want to accidentally flash the Marauder Mini I had plugged in. And we're gonna click this USB JTAG serial debug unit, press connect. We can also select where, our advanced options down here. It'll tell us what's going on with the device, same as the ESPWebTool, 8 megabytes of flash memory, as well as it being an ESP32S3, so it is confirmed. But let's reload real quick and let me show you just another thing here. We can reload our device, reset, plug it back in, go to ESP32S3, press continue, and then we can go to advanced options, and we can change the hard. We can do every single thing we want as far as making sure we select the right device, which we are. And once we've selected, we press continue. We can upload local files, and I love this because it tells you, to put the actual application. So in this case, we can click the OUI SPI Unified Blue, and then it tells you bootloader. We go over here, click bootloader, and then we click partitions, and we just click the partitions, and the address or the values are pre-selected in there, which is amazing. This makes everything so much easier, and I love this so much because it's not just for our community, which if you're looking for our community firmware in particular, you can go to download firmware, go to project, and here you have Ghost ESP, Marauder, and Pwn Power. I believe this is the Hacker's Nightlight. I could be wrong. Anyway, what it comes down to is this is slowly being updated more and more. So depending on which ESP you select, you have different projects. So right now, if you go to C5, more things will pop up for the C5. And since we're on the ESP32S3, we have Ghost ESP, Marauder, Pwn Power. In this case, let's select Ghost ESP. And it'll tell us where we want to get it from. So either GitLab or GitHub. So let's select GitLab or GitHub and then go to pre-release. We can select a desired build. This is one of the coolest parts. So we have the Waveshare 7-inch LCD, the Lowland S3 Pro, which three of these got broken. We have our Cardputer ADV. We've got the CYD. We've got the LilyGo T-Deck, the T-Watch, the Crowtech, the Wired Hatter's Banshee, the Ace S3, the T-Embed. There's so many options here for different devices that we're working with. Or we can just hit generic, which, where is that generic? Generic. I don't see where generic went. Huh. I feel like I might be blind. There we go, generic ESP32S3. And from there, did I select, yep, generic ESP32S3. There we go. We press continue. And then flash firmware. We can also look at the logs and see what's going on here as it's happening in real time, which is fantastic. Deki did an amazing job here. And if you wanted to support him, once again, it says, if you like espresso, consider buying me one. And then you click buy me one. And it opens up his Ko-Fi. Not buy me a coffee. Well, still, Ko-Fi, which, you know, you can go to support the developer that supports us. Now, the last web flasher is one of the newest and arguably one of the best web flashers in the community. It's called the ESP Terminator. ESPTERMINATOR.com. And I know what you're thinking, Skynet, things of that sort. It's exactly what you think. The UI is amazing, and Dag, the developer behind it, as well as the other devs that have contributed, they have put in so much effort, and man, it's beautiful. All the best custom firmware is available. The Evil M5 firmware, similar to like the Espresso Flash, where you can see the projects and the boards. It's exactly the same way, just with a lot more projects. For example, you can flash your Biscuit node straight from that web flasher. On top of all of that, you can flash your Flipper Zero programs, Marauder, Pork Chop, everything, Bruce, Launcher, he has it all. Even the ESP32 Bus Pirate, which is arguably one of the best ESP32 tools that you can flash onto an M5 Stick C+2, M5 Stick S3, any Cardputer. There's so many custom firmware in this. You know what? What am I doing? Let me just show you. We're going to head over to ESPTerminator.com down below in the description. Once again, and ESPTerminator.com looks fantastic. It says ESP32s, Flipper Zeros, RT, oh my God, BW16, let's put it that way. Meshtastic, and this program is specifically for the BW16. This is a pen testing program specifically for it, dual band Wi-Fi, dual band deauthentication, specifically in the realm of deauthentication, and that's about it. That's it. I've played around with it twice. I can't say that, you know, I think I'm behind on a video on this. I should probably do one. If you have Flipper flashers as well, you can flash your Flipper with Momentum, the official, Unleashed, and Roguemaster. Fantastic. You also have a terminal output right down here, where it says Terminator output. That's awesome. We have advanced tools down here, USB driver diagnostics, copy support memory, download support bundle, include full logs, the whole nine. We can go to ESP32. In this case, let me unplug my device, hold down the boot button, plug it back in, and bam, we are good. So we have hit ESP32. We can press no reset down here. We can select our device, select the desired COM port. I still have that plugged in. Let me unplug that, press connect, plug in my Marauder Mini C5 once again. And are we connected? Yeah, we are connected. Boom, bam, baby, down here. Look at that. Look at that. Connected to device. No reset. Hold the mood button. Wait a minute. Yeah, hell yeah. We're good. Which is fantastic. We have ESP32S3. Flash size right there, 8 megabytes. Banana Pie, Leaf S3, one of the coolest ESP32S3 dev boards. And we can select any project we want. Marauder, Launcher, Ghost ESP, Honeypot, which I think that's available on Launcher, I might be wrong. Pork Chop, which is awesome. Bus Pirate, once again, Meshtastic, that's fantastic. Bruce, Halehound. That right there is so cool. Just call me Coco C5 War Driver, so you don't have to use that Python script on Just Call Me Coco's Git. You have the Biscuit Pro, DIY Biscuit, the whole nine. We can biscuit it up over here, which is also fantastic. And you got different DIY biscuits for, for the Xiao, or Xiao, you get what I'm saying. We've got the T-dongle, biscuit, biscuit node, and as well as DIY. Oops, that Spacehuhn logos. Yeah, there was definitely fanboying Spacehuhn a second ago. Evil M5, Flipper HTTP, which, allows you to turn your Flipper into a web browsing device. And yeah, man, this thing is fantastic. In this case, we selected ESP32S3, or no, we have an ESP32S3, and we can specify, actually. And let's go over here. Let's go to something. Where's ESP32S3? We go to Marauder right here. Oh, we can't. Connection required. So let's select our COM port. That is ours right there. Bam. And let's give it a second. It's still connected. Yeah, this is definitely meant for like IoT devices. So the Espresso Flash, you can, either way, this is awesome. You can also select your own firmware files. We can, do the configuration right here like you could in, let's say the Arduino IDE, for example. We can erase all flash, auto reset the board, batch flashing mode. This is fantastic. Doesn't matter if you have a card computer, a T-embed, whatever it is, a C5, so you can flash the biscuit node. There, you've got everything here. ESP Terminator is fantastic, and I can't tell you how amazing this web flasher is. We can also go over here, click DagNazty. That's that man. We're gonna hit a follow right there and find one of his projects. Yeah, right here. Just gonna pick something random. And then we're just going to give it a star because we love his face. Oh, wait, that's, yeah, hell yeah. Let's click another one. Let's give him another star. Yeah, another star. Yeah, semi-evil. What is that? Yeah, that's the M5. Oh, I've used this. This thing's fantastic. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Dag is an amazing developer, and he's brought us the ESP Terminator. And just look at that face, man. What a lovely face. There's more and more projects being implemented into ESP Terminator and Espresso Flash each and every day. You want to revert to the basics? You got Spacehuhn's ESPWebTool, which is still amazing. All of these web flashers are just very helpful, and they can really help you when you're asking, hey, how do I flash this? It's all right there. Halehound, it's right there. DIY Biscuit, it's right there. Everything is available for you at the click of a button, making it incredibly easy to understand how to use these educational tools and understand how to flash an ESP. It just takes it to a simplicity that was before not really there. You had to actually, put a little bit more effort when it came to understanding how to flash an ESP32. Now everything is preset in Espresso Flash, and DAG has made it where all the programs are right. Just, you don't even have to go to the Git, which I would encourage you to go to the Git. Make sure you give them a star. Giving a developer a star goes a long way to show their support, as well as following the developer to show how amazing and impactful there is, and to keep you updated on the projects that they work on. I love your faces so much. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe, because we go over different types of stuff all the time, my guy. And I, love your faces. I really hope this video helped you in some sort of way, and you could reference it anytime. I'm your pal Cal, and I try my absolute hardest to give you the little bits of information that might actually help you. I try. I'm still, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I do my best, man. We'll see you next time.